A look inside a California mansion made famous more than 50 years ago when it was the fictional home of TV's Beverly Hillbillies. Now it's back in the spotlight as the most expensive residential listing in America. Robert Frank takes us on an exclusive tour.
This $195 million residence sits in one of LA's most rarefied neighborhoods.
This is the Chartwell estate, owned by the late Jerry Perenchio, who was an iconic media mogul.
And this is the first time that TV cameras have ever been invited inside. Back in 1986, the former Univision chairman purchased the Bel Air mansion, and after a 5-year gut renovation, transformed the interior into an authentic replica of an 18th century French chateau.
Mr. Perenchio loved to entertain, so he built this 40-car motor court, and above it, he built a beautiful rose garden.
The billionaire businessman filled the 25,000-square-foot megahome with rare European antiques and made some significant modern-day additions.
The grand ballroom was designed for entertaining, and one of the special features of this property is that a flick of a switch, it becomes a theater. Now, I'm not going to drop names, but on this very stage, you would have A-list performers who are used to playing in arenas, playing here for an intimate gathering of 100 guests.
One level below is the estate's massive wine cellar.
It's completely climate controlled and can hold 12,000 bottles of wine. You heard me right, 12,000 bottles.
Buried underneath the chateau are 2 tunnels, original to the home's 1935 construction.
And this particular tunnel takes you to the spectacular pool and pool house. Pavarotti, who was a friend and a frequent guest to the estate, used to stay here often, and he would come down to these tunnels and he would practice because the acoustics were so great. Figaro!
The billionaire added a giant's head to the mouth of one of the tunnels and a massive steel and wood sculpture shaped like an oversized bird cage that's surrounded by private gardens and ponds filled with koi fish. Back in the 80s, the owner bought 3 neighboring properties, which expanded the estate to more than 10 acres. He converted one property into a 5,700-square-foot guest house. The other 2 he bulldozed to make way for a dramatic private driveway and grassy helipad. A grand fountain he built in the backyard is flanked by a pair of staircases, each one with its own cascading waterfall. And while redwood trees are usually only found in Northern California, that didn't stop the TV titan from transplanting dozens of majestic sequoias to create a private redwood grove in his own backyard.
Not only is there nothing like this in Los Angeles, I don't think there's anything like this in the country.
For Nightly Business Report, I'm Robert Frank.